Hello, my name is Tejas Malala, and today we'll be exploring how one can tune the violin in the context of Indian classical music. What I'm going to be speaking about would apply equally to the Carnatic and Hindustani form as well. These are the South Indian and North Indian forms of Indian classical music. Before we move on to actually tuning the instrument, I'd like to explain the principle which causes the tuning of the string to change. And that principle lies in the tension of the string. As you can see, the string on the violin is attached to two separate ends. On one end, it is attached to the fine tuner on the tailpiece, and at the other end, it is attached to the tuning peg. So by making changes to the fine tuner or the tuning peg, we're able to manipulate the tension on the string. The difference between the fine tuner and the tuning peg lies in the fact that the fine tuner is used to make small or minute adjustments, and the tuning peg can be used to make more drastic or sizable changes to the pitch of the string. To increase the pitch of the particular string, we turn the fine tuner clockwise. And then to decrease the pitch, we turn it counterclockwise. For the tuning peg, it depends on which side of the instrument the tuning peg lies on. For the higher two strings, you turn clockwise for the pitch to go up and counterclockwise for the pitch to go down. On the other end, for the bottom two strings, you turn clockwise for the pitch to go down and counterclockwise for the pitch to go up. Now that you understand the principle behind tuning the string of the violin, we can actually move on to selecting the notes to which we can tune each string to. The difference between Indian music and Western music lies in the way that we approach notes. In Western music, the notes are standardized in the sense that you have notes like E, A, B, G, and so on. Whereas in Indian classical music, the notes get their identity from the starting point, the tonic, which is defined by the Shruti. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'd encourage you to check out the video about Shruti in which I explain the same. In Western classical music, the tuning of the four strings are always G, D, A, and E. Whereas in Indian classical music, the four strings are tuned to the lower tonic, the lower fifth, the tonic, and the fifth, or the lower sa, the lower pa, sa, and pa. So the Shruti that you're hearing now, it is tuned to D sharp. So the four strings would sound something like this. Sa, pa, sa, pa, sa. Now the tambura is set to the note E, and the four strings would sound like this. So, as you've seen, the tuning of the violin in Indian classical music is relative to the Shruti that we are playing. Each time that you change the Shruti, the tuning of the four strings will also have to change. So the way that I tune my instrument is, I have the Shruti box or the tambura playing in a particular Shruti, and I listen to the sa and pa, and accordingly I tune the four strings of my instrument to the particular notes that I sense by ear. But I'd assume that a lot of you viewers are beginners, and it is difficult for a beginner to tune their instrument just by listening to the note. So what I'd suggest is that you take the help of applications, be it applications on the Apple or Android ecosystem, or you could use a physical tuner like the Carnatic tuner as well. Today I'll be illustrating how we could use one possible application on the Android ecosystem. So the name of this application is DA Tuner Lite. Shruti that I recommend that my students tune their instrument to is in E. It is not a hard and fast rule that you have to tune the violin to an E, but I personally find that the violin sounds the best in this Shruti. So I suggest that you start tuning your instrument by plucking each one of the string one at a time. Once you bring all the four strings to a reasonable level of accuracy, then we can start playing our bow and then fine tune it using the fine tuners. This is the sa string that I'm playing now, and the note that it's showing is a C4, and this is significantly lower than where it should be because we are looking to bring this note up to a E4. Hence I'm going to use my tuning peg. The sa string is controlled by the lowest tuning peg on the right, as you can see in the application, it's slightly lower than where it should be. So I use the fine tuner and I bring it up to a level where I feel it's accurate. And you see in the application that it's glowing green, and the percentage in the centimeter is very close to 0, so that's close enough for now. Now we'll move on to the pa string. The pa already seems to be accurate because it's exactly in B4. And the lower pa string is also accurate, and it's B3. If you observe, the lower pa string is an entire octave below, so the number B4 becomes B3, the lower pa. The higher pa is B4, the lower pa is a B3. And then finally we have the sa string, the lowest sa string. It's slightly lower than where it should be because it's showing a D3. So start to bring it up to an E, and then it's still negative. And it's almost there at 0. Now we're close enough to all the 4 strings being in tune, so we can start using our bow. So the sa string is almost perfectly in tune, as you can see in the application. Now we can check the pa string, which is also in tune. And now we'll play the lower pa, B3, in tune again. Slightly above, and then we bring it down to a perfect E3. And there you saw how I tuned it to the Shruti E. The lower sa, the lower pa, the sa and the pa. And the letters for that are E3, B3, E4 and B4. So as I've previously mentioned, you can use an application or you can use a physical cork tuner to achieve quite the same. The more and more that you play the instrument, you'll become more comfortable with finding the positions of sa and pa, and you can slowly start to observe and tune your instrument just based on hearing. So I hope this video helped you figure out how to tune the violin in a way that is appropriate to Indian classical music. Please let me know what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.